Good Friday morning. Ball State's Board of Trustees met to consider a response to the recent government orders on diversity, equality, and inclusion. Find out more.
And updates from a mass shooting on Florida State University's campus. We have the details.
And a ruling in a case against Google's monopoly. Find out what changes for the tech giant. Get the coffee ready and open up those eyes. You're waking up with Cardinal weather.
From Ball State Unified Media, you're waking up with Cardinal weather, live from the Ball State Weather Center.
Good Friday morning to you. You're waking up with Cardinal weather. I'm Jackson White.
And I'm Josh Gabbard.
Ball State University's Board of Trustees met Thursday to consider 4 proposed actions that the university President Jeffrey Murrens recommended the board take. That comes in response to an executive order signed by President Donald Trump and the United States Department of Education.
The resolution concluded the university's 2019 through 2024 iteration of its long-term strategic plan. Murrens shared that they will continue to honor the fundamental promise that every student will be provided with, quote, the individualized support needed to graduate and be prepared to have a fulfilling career and meaningful life, end quote.
2 people were killed in a mass shooting Thursday afternoon at the Florida State University campus in Tallahassee. University police say 5 people are hospitalized with gunshot wounds. The Leon County Sheriff identified the shooter as the 20-year-old son sheriff's deputy. And the student at FSU, the Tallahassee police chief, says he was shot by officers and is also hospitalized. Police said 1 gun was found at the scene, belonged to the deputy, but other weapons may have been used. The police chief says the suspect has invoked his right not to speak to law enforcement. The university says all classes and school events will be canceled today.
Google was dealt another major blow in court on Thursday. A federal judge in Virginia ruled Google violated antitrust law and illegally built monopoly power with its web advertising business. The Justice Department in 17 states sued over the issue. It marks the U.S. government's second major court victory over the tech giant in less than a year. Last August, it won an antitrust case related to Google's search business. Thursday's ruling could force Google to divest part of its online ad business, but the company is likely to appeal. That process could delay any potential remedy for months or even years.
The Trump administration is continuing to pressure Harvard University. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem is now threatening to strip the school of its ability to enroll international students. That's unless the university hands over records on enrolled international students. Noem is seeking the documentation of any disciplinary action taken against them, including for participating in protests. It's a big deal because international students make up more than 27% of the school's enrollment, but university officials are sticking to their plan. They say the school will not surrender its independence and called on the federal government not to take action against students without clear evidence and due process. All this comes after the Trump administration froze more than $2 billion in grants and contracts at Harvard. That happened when the university refused to eliminate DEI programs or ban masks at protests. Well, yeah, definitely interesting stuff going over there in Harvard, to say the least.
Yeah, interesting stuff in the weather, too. I think it's going to warm up this week and stay warm for a little bit, finally.
All right, let's see what Ian has to say.
Yeah, that is true. We are warming up. And I was even feeling it this morning when I was walking in the studio at 5:30. I almost broke a sweat. Those warm conditions are still sticking around right now. 65 in Farmland, 63 down in Newcastle, 65 degrees right now in Muncie. Overall, just a really, really heating up start to the day. 65 isn't even as far as we're going to go. We're going to keep warming up. Looking at our last 12 hours, you can see those warm temperatures stuck around in the evening in those upper 50s. Then we got into these mid 60s right now heading for 5 a.m. where I walked here into the studio. We are not done with that, though. Let me tell you, it's going to be a very warm day and a warm weekend. That's not going to be the main story, though. What you're really going to be worried about is some upcoming showers and thunderstorms. I got rain and thunder, a big warm up coming over these next couple of days, as well as some strong gusts starting today that might make you reconsider spending your day outside.
Coming up, Eli Lilly concluded testing of a new oral weight loss drug. Stay tuned to see the results.
That's after your weather now. Welcome back. Drug maker Eli Lilly, which makes injectable GLP-1 drugs, says it has created an effective pill form of a GLP-1. Lilly says its experimental oral medication called orforglipron has helped people with type 2 diabetes lose weight and lower their blood sugar. The company is the first of its kind to complete a phase 3 trial. In a study of more than 550 people who had type 2 diabetes, participants lost an average of 16 pounds during the 40-week trial. The trial achieved its primary goal of lowering participants' A1C level, a measurement of blood glucose or blood sugar. Lilly said it expects to apply for approval for the medication for the weight management by the end of the year.
The Trump administration is planning massive cuts to the federal health budget. That's according to the international document dated on April 10th. It showed the federal health budget reduced by roughly a third. Dozens of programs would be consulted into a newly created administration for Healthy America. The plan also calls for cutting the budget for the Centers of Disease Control and Prevention by more than 40%. Several CDC programs would be eliminated, including those focused on chronic disease prevention, gun violence, and minority health. The plan is not yet finalized and could face additional charges.
American house hunters will need to pinch pennies. House hunters will need to pinch pennies. The average rate for a standard 30-year fixed mortgage was 6.8% this week. That's up a little more than 0.2 of a point. This marks the largest single-week rise in roughly a year. Analysts say the Trump administration's tariffs and trade war with China resulted in a recent sell-off in U.S. bonds. Despite the sharp increase, the average rate for a 30-year fixed mortgage rate is still below what it was at this time last year.
Yeah, moving along, obviously. Really nice weather out today.
Great weather.
It seems like there's nice weather all over the U.S., really.
I was about to say, yeah, it's looking to be a pretty warm Easter weekend, especially if you're traveling anywhere. But if we look outside at that sort of national view of our radar today, we see it's quite calm across most of the eastern United States here. One problem, though, we have this low pressure system shaping up here right over portions of eastern Iowa. In fact, it even brought some severe weather to portions of Omaha last night here. But we see this start to move east throughout the day today. But that warm front has moved north of the entire state of Indiana, so that's why you're feeling those really warm temperatures like Ian was talking about here just a few minutes ago. But if we look at the current watches and warnings across our region, once again, really quiet across most of the United States here. We zoom in here to the beginning of the United States. We see the mid-Mississippi Valley here, still lots of those flood watches and warnings, especially across places like Memphis as you head further down south. A flood watch in effect for most of the Ozarks as those weekend rains are going to cause some flooding threats, places that have already seen lots of rainfall over the last 2 to 3 weeks. We move further out west, still feels like winter, especially across portions of the Intermountain West. Places like Denver, further down near Albuquerque, New Mexico, most of these mountainous regions, still seeing some early season and late season snowfall, I should say. And then further out west, we're not seeing much happening across the California coast. We do have some small craft advisories with some sort of choppy waters here on the Oregon and Washington state coasts, meanwhile. But if we look at temperatures across the region right now, we can see that cold front really slicing through the midsection of our nation right now. 47 in Minneapolis, 68 though in Kansas City, 29 in Denver. That cold front very apparent moving across the region, going to continue to sort of be that, focal point for storms and maybe even some precipitation. Later today, you still see that cold front really playing its role in our temperatures. 85 in DFW today, 78 in Cincinnati, 60 in Kansas City. But look at all of these 70s and maybe even a few 80s across most of the eastern United States. Big travel day today and tomorrow, so it's going to feel nice, but we're going to see those temperatures continue to stay warm even through the next 6 to 10 days here. The entirety of the lower 48 almost in those above average temperatures with those highest probabilities on the Gulf Coast, places like Mobile and Pensacola. Now, we do have that severe threat with that's coming up today, especially. We got this slight risk down from Chicago all the way down to the Red River Valley here near Dallas. So let's break that down on this precision cast. We're going to see the precision cast starting out this morning. These showers really going to develop this afternoon here, this line of storms you can see following that slight risk all the way from Dallas up to about Lake Michigan, including portions of the Midwest here. Definitely if you're flying out from places like Indianapolis, DFW, O'Hare tonight, going to want to watch out. And then as we head into Saturday, there's still going to be some shower threat, and then we we see this next line of storms begin to start to move into our region right at the end of the weekend here. Dallas all the way up to Chicago, this thin line of a squall line here that might impact things, especially as you're headed home from Easter. So it's not going to be a washout, especially if you're going anywhere around the country, but it's still something you're going to have to watch out for. You may just get unlucky with some of those flight delays, especially if you're at certain airports this weekend.
Yeah, but it really doesn't seem like it's going to be that bad of an Easter weekend for most of people around the U.S.
I was about to say, yes, not a washout by any means, so definitely still have time to get in those egg hunts, maybe go to church on Sunday. Just may want to keep that rain jacket handy.
Absolutely. Maybe a little mud at the egg
Yes,
hunts as
maybe
well,
a little
yeah.
mud, so yeah, if you're hiding those eggs, definitely going to watch out.
Hey, there you go. Thanks, Noah. Coming up, a look at how the eviction and mediation programs operate in Muncie.
That's after your weather now. Welcome back. The time is 8:12 and you're taking a live look at the site of the new Performing Arts Center.
Evictions in Muncie haven't spiked dramatically in recent years, but for tenants facing them, the threat remains very real.
Newslink Indiana's Demar Robinson looks at how these cases play out and why the state is keeping a closer eye.
Eviction in Muncie hasn't seen a recent trend in numbers recently, but it's still an issue that affects dozens of Muncie residents on a month-to-month basis. I'm Demar Robinson looking into how evictions are being handled and what's being done to prevent them.
If you are behind on rent, or if there is a reason that the landlord wants to evict you, they have to give you by law a 10-day written notice. When they come to file with us, it usually is they file a case, you'll be aware of that filing, and it takes around 4 weeks to get it into court.
That hearing could lead to a forced removal by the sheriff's department, but before it gets that far, mediation is often an option if tenants act fast enough.
So if I can say one thing to people that are facing eviction is that they do not wait until they are in eviction. They should be asking and searching out resources the first moment they know that they're not going to be able to make rent.
Muncie piloted a local mediation program during the pandemic, but the demand came too late. Only 12 cases went through in 3 years.
In mediation, it's much more even. I'm for that sort of stuff just because I've never had an issue with wrongfully evicting someone, but I know that I've rented in my life, so I've had bad landlords that have done things like that. So if there's anything that can level the playing field for everyone and make sure that everyone's following the same rules, that's fine with me.
Since then, Indiana has launched a statewide mediation program, and eviction cases are now tracked separately in court data. A change that came after COVID laid bare the human cost of housing instability.
That is one of the reasons it became a separate case type, because it was a hot topic at that time. We wanted to be able to track what kind of eviction cases were coming in.
Mediation programs offer a lifesaver for some, but for many in Muncie, housing stability still hangs in balance, making eviction a quiet but ongoing concern. For Newslink Indiana, I'm Demar Robinson.
For more information on Indiana's peacemaking program and local resources, you can visit the Delaware County Court website.
A new study suggests endangered sea turtles are showing signs of recovery around the world. The survey was released Thursday. It examined 48 populations of sea turtles, with researchers measuring the effects of threats to their habitats. According to the study, threats are decreasing in general, but there are some exceptions. Atlantic Ocean sea turtle populations appear to be recovering better than those in the Pacific, and some sea turtle species aren't doing as well as others.
I'm just happy the sea turtles are on a comeback.
It's true. They were on the downfall for quite a
They're
while.
on the downfall, but it seems like they are very much back.
Yeah, well, hey, Acito would love Muncie the next couple days because we're going to see a lot of showers coming up, including tonight. They'll start pretty soon. Looking at our radar right now, we're going to see some light cloud cover outside at the moment. If you walk to class this morning, you're probably thinking, hey, we got a great day coming up. And for the majority of the day, yeah, it's going to be pretty pleasant. You're going to see some moderate gusts, though, that are going to keep things down before some showers later this evening. Let's look at our current temperatures. It's 65 right now in Muncie, 62 in Indianapolis. Overall, those low to mid 60s across the state is what we're expecting. But those gusts are going to make it feel a lot less pleasant outside. We're going to see gusts up to 40 miles per hour. 24-hour temperature change, though. We're warming up a ton. 26 degrees temperature change, warming up from yesterday in Fort Wayne. Here in Muncie, 17 in Indianapolis. Despite all that warm up, again, it's just not going to feel as pleasant as we would like. Our high for the day still super warm, 78 degrees. Gusts, again, up to 40 miles per hour. Going to be mostly sunny throughout the day. Let's look at those gusts. 29 miles per hour Friday at 8:30 p.m. We're warm up, start to 20 miles per hour at Saturday at 8:30 in the morning. So those gusts are going to stick around throughout the weekend. We're going to see those brief breaks once we head into Saturday. Sunday, they're going to start to pick back up again once we get those low to mid 30s. Let's talk about tonight, though. Tonight's when the big event's going to arrive. That's when those showers are going to start and start to bring these next couple of days of showers into our area. 60 degrees is going to be our low. So you're saying we aren't going to see a lot of temperature difference between the high for today and our low for this evening. It's going to continue to stay warm, and thunderstorms are possible this evening. Definitely need to stay off the roads because we're going to see that threat of hail and rain showers tonight. Look at tomorrow. Those showers are going to continue. I'm going to expect some less thunderstorms once we head into Saturday. 63 at 8 a.m., 63 at noon, 63 degrees. Again, very unchanging temperatures, unchanging conditions. I do expect those showers to lessen a bit once we head into the afternoon. Get 4 or 5 p.m., that rain is going to start to calm down a little bit. Let's look at our severe threat for today. Looking at our day one, you can see about half this day is in this slight risk, particularly out towards the west and east central Indiana. In Indianapolis, you can see that slight risk. Once we get to Muncie, only a marginal risk. We are going to see that risk of those winds and hails. That is the main thing driving that risk heading over the next couple hours. Hail possible again overnight. Definitely want to take in anything on your porch that could blow away. Looking at timing out these storms, you're going to see them start to arrive around 1 a.m. on Saturday. You could see some scattered showers ahead of that front moving in this evening. Those showers are going to continue throughout the day. You're going to see only brief breaks once we get into Saturday. Sunday, the rain is going to continue. We're going to start to see some more and more clearing, less rain, more just heavy cloud cover. Once we get to Monday, finally, those showers are going to be a lot lighter. Once we get into the rest of the week, though, we are going to see the end of some rain briefly, but we're going to stay very, very warm. Temperatures in those upper 60s and low 70s.
I don't know about you, Josh, but I look at all those temperatures on the next week, and I am quite happy, to say the least.
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend. Definitely going to get the grill out maybe and try and enjoy Easter in a warmer manner than we have in previous years.
Yeah, I am really, really happy that we're getting some warm conditions coming up. Unfortunately, those showers are going to put a damper on everything.
It is April. April showers, you know what they say. Hopefully we get some really pretty flowers next month. We'll have to stay tuned for that.
Well, I guess we'll have to stay tuned. But thanks, Ian. Coming up, check out how our Cardinal weather sports team fared in the Cardinal Masters.
That's after your weather now.
Welcome back to Cardinal Weather. I'm Josiah Veen.
And I'm Stephen Grotta.
Last night, the 3rd annual Cardinal Weather Masters took place.
Join us as we go down to the course for more.
Hello, friends. I'm Jackson White. Welcome to the annual Cardinal Weather Masters. Today we're going to have 4 people competing for the ultimate green jacket. So now we'd like to send it down to our on-course correspondent, Josh Gabbard.
Here on site at the annual Cardinal Weather Masters with the 4 contestants, I have with me Josiah Veen, Stephen Grotta, Jaden Collins, and former champion Dakota Atwood.
Thanks, Josh. Welcome back to the annual Cardinal Weather Masters. I'm your host, Edward Green. We had a very thrilling rounds of pre-cut golf here where some golfers did not make the cut. Hopefully we'll see them back next year. Brief recap before we start the round with the returning champion Dakota Atwood looking to go back-to-back for the first time in the history of our great game. The people who made the cut, it was just 3 rookies. We have Stephen Grotta, Josiah Veen, and Jaden Collins making the cut as well. A lot of rookies looking to make their name for themselves here as we take a look to our first round coverage. We have Josiah Veen with his first shot off the tee box. It's looking good. And it will fall in for Josiah Veen. Tips the hat to the crowd, shaking that handsome man Stephen Grotta's hand there. We have a great tap in here for our reigning champion Dakota Atwood, who seals his deal. Taking a look at our scoreboard, we see the first hole matchups. Stephen Grotta taps it in there. We have Jaden Collins almost misses it, but he luckily puts it in there. Josiah Veen another long putt, hoping to get it close, and he will just barely miss the hole, and he is going to take a couple strokes to get it back, but he will tap it in there. He's our reigning champ again, Dakota Atwood. Taps it in for par. Stephen Grotta, another par for him. What a tip of a hat there from the gentleman. And it's all come down to this, a playoff between Josiah and our reigning champion, Dakota Atwood, as we get a nice flyover from our team here of this playoff hole. Josiah Veen and Dakota Atwood both tied in regulation, and one of them is looking to pull away. Can the rookie do it, or will it be the reigning champ going back to back? Josiah Veen with his first shot onto his second. It struck well. It's looking good. Straight on line, and it bounces out. Throws the club in anger, but he gets it back and he taps it in. Now Dakota Atwood, a great shot. It's on line for the win, and it rolls in. Dakota Atwood is your Masters champion. We'll send it back to Jackson with our reigning champion, Dakota Atwood.
The magical jacket, green jacket, everyone wants it. 2-time champion.
Two of them.
And before we go, final thoughts.
This jacket feels good. Tapped 2 of them. Really good. Good luck to all the competitors next year. Pizza's going to look really, really good on the menu for the Masters dinner. So I hope you guys like pizza.
And that's all we have from the NewsLink Greens. Until next time, I've been Jackson White.
Really crushing defeat for you, Josiah. How does it feel to come so close and just come up short?
You know, it hurts, but, he has the experience. I'm a rookie. It'll always be next year.
Very happy for Dakota, and I'm more upset that my lucky glove didn't even work.
Well, you know what they say, Steven.
On to the NBA. NBA playoffs are starting up soon, and we got some good takes for you. Me personally, I like the Lakers because I love the Lakers, and I'm a big Lakers fan, so I can see them going pretty far.
Yep. From Indianapolis, 20 minutes south of Gainbridge, I got to go with the Pacers here. They're a young team. They're one of the best teams in the NBA since the All-Star break back in February. I think they can keep the momentum going and win it all.
100%, but it's hard to bet against the Lakers when you got a guy like LeBron James, you got Luka Doncic, you got Austin Reeves. Dalton Connect, love that guy, shoots the ball like no one else, better than Curry in my opinion. So, Chris Paul, Taco Fall, Sticky Rice Ball, Lakers in 5.
That is certainly a take there, Steven. Now, you're saying the Lakers, probably not even the best team in the West. Who knows if they're making the conference finals? I'm thinking the Thunder. Shy's out there shooting free throws somewhere.
Shy's shooting free throws, but you know what's happening is the Cleveland Cavaliers are probably blowing a lead somewhere because that seems like it's all they've been doing recently.
Yeah, they did. Lost to the Pacers back-to-back to lose the season. It was a beautiful way to close out the season, wasn't it?
Yes, but me personally, I'm a big fan of the Orlando Magic too. I really like their song. It's like Orlando Magic, oh, yeah, it's a great song. So it's hard to bet against them when they have a song like that that's just so great for the program.
Yeah, they're good. They're a good young team. Coming up, check out how our Cardinal weather forecasters make their forecasts with this morning's Breaking Down the Science.
That's after your weather now.
Welcome back. Researchers at Cambridge University have found what they believe are the strongest signs yet of possible life on another planet. The planet, known as K2-18b, is far outside our solar system. It orbits a star 120 light years away. Using the James Webb Space Telescope, scientists detected signs of two gases that are emitted by living organisms here on Earth. The study's author cautions that they are not saying they have detected life, but they could believe it could be signs of a biological process. However, more research is needed to determine if the planet is habitable. So yeah, let's see what Elizabeth has to say about the UV index, because I don't know about you guys, it was pretty warm walking into the studio, so I hope I don't get a sunburn walking back.
Thank you. For this week's Breaking Down the Science, we're going to be talking about the UV index as we head into summer. We're going to want to be UV index aware. So what is that UV index? Well, it predicts the level of solar radiation and indicates the risk of overexposure on that scale of 1 to 11. So that scale of 1 to 2 being the lowest, which is in the winter, and then moderate being 3 to 4, which is in those early spring or even when the sun is just rising, and the high is 6 to 7, which is normally as we are peaking into the summer, so in springtime. And then very hot 8, 9, and 10, which is in the summertime when that sun is at the high peak, and that's when you're going to see that sunburn start to come in. Extreme is that 11 and up, which often we don't see that in Indiana, but we do see that in the more tropical areas around us. So what affects that UV index? Well, the sun's position. The higher the sun is up in the sky, the higher those sun rays are going to come down onto you. And also the ozone layer thickness. So what is that ozone? Well, it's a 3 oxygen atoms, which is that O3, and this exists on the 2 main layers of the Earth's atmosphere. It protects by absorbing the sun's harmful UV radiation, which the more thinner the ozone is the higher the UV is going to be because it's not absorbing that toxic radiation that the sun brings. The higher the altitude, the more radiation you're going to see from that sun. The cloud, it also is affected by the cloud cover. The more cloud coverage, if there's overcast, you're not going to see as high of a UV. For the ground reflection, such as water, you might see more of a reflection off the sun. The conditions, so if it's going to be rainy or an overcast day, you aren't going to see that UV being very high throughout the day. So we want to make sure that we're being protected all throughout the summer, and even when the UV is not as high, we'll want to stay protected. So SPF 15 is a 93% of the UVB, which is those burning rays. So SPF 30 is at 97%, SPF 50, 98, and SPF 100, 99. So as we can see, we have the SPF 15 through 100 is not that big of a difference, as we can see. So it really is just a matter of how you're applying it and how often you're applying it. So if you have that fair skin, you're going to want to keep applying more so that you protect yourself from those burning rays. And as we sum up this last breaking down the science for the semester, a fun fact I'll leave you off with is the sun can reflect up to 80% of UV rays on the snow. And that is not what we think. Compared to water reflects 10 to 30%. So make sure you're staying protected throughout the summer. Now back to the desk.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So, I don't know about you, Luke, but it was like we've been saying before, it's pretty warm walking into the studio.
Yeah, I was sweating just walking here.
Yeah,
so.
I hope it's not too warm when I walk to class.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good thing we talked about the UV index because we're getting close to wanting to bust out some sunscreen. Today it's going to be mostly sunny until we get to the evening, of course, when we're going to see the return of some showers and thunderstorms. So I do have a 90% chance of showers this evening. Again, it's going to be great throughout most of the day. Let me tell you, it's going to be. But we're going to see 40-mile-per-hour gusts. It's going to keep these 78 degrees feeling a bit more uncomfortable. We're going to see thunderstorms and showers, risk of some hail too, along with those strong winds driving the severe threat this evening, Saturday. That rainfall will continue, 70% chance of showers then. Rain going on into Sunday, Monday. Still staying warm throughout in those upper 60s. That's where we'll stay till Wednesday. We're going to see a slight chance of scattered showers and some more warm conditions. And overall, as much as I love talking about the weather, I think the thing that matters the most on the show is the people that I work with. And so we're going to say goodbye to some seniors today, and we're going to start with our good pal Sean right here.
Hey Sean, I'm so proud of you for graduating this semester, and it's been amazing getting to know you over the last 2 years. I cannot wait to see what you do outside of Ball State, and I'm so proud of you for graduating and doing everything that you've done. I'll miss you so much.
Hey Sean, just wanted to wish you congratulations on your last shows in Newslink. I've seen you become a very excellent producer for Cardinal Weather, so I just want to wish you congratulating you on that and graduating, and I can't wait to hear what you do going further, so congrats.
Congratulations, Sean, your last show. This is a big deal. You're about to graduate. I'm so happy for you, so proud of you. Definitely gonna miss you though. I wish you the best.
Hi, Sean. Congratulations on graduating. Congratulations on your last show of Cardinal Weather for Newslink, Indiana. I am just so incredibly proud of you. I know you took on Cardinal Weather as kind of a leap, and I'm so glad that you did. I am so incredibly proud of you. You always do so much hard work and so much good work, and I'm so appreciative of not only your effort, but also your energy and your heart for Newslink, Indiana. Thank you so much. I'm so excited for what you do next.
Hey Sean, congratulations on graduating and on your last Waking Up with Cardinal Weather show. Cardinal Weather was so lucky to have you this year. You've absolutely brought it back and you did wonderful work for it. And there was just nothing better than coming in on a Thursday and you're in there to produce Cardinal Weather and we just laugh and make fun of whatever stories are on News Source that day. You were just so much fun to have in the newsroom and we're really gonna miss you. Congratulations, thank you, and thank you for your service. Bye, Sean.
Hi, Sean. I just want to thank you for all the work you put into Cardinal Weather, and I also want to thank you for your service. You were so amazing, and you were such a good producer. Thank you for giving me a chance to produce a show for Cardinal Weather this year. I can't wait to see what you do.
Wow. I wasn't expecting. I had this whole thing that I was going to say, but completely left my mind. I think I'm just going to start from the beginning. I started off my NewsLink Indiana journey in the production team in the back, and I was just sitting there in the back, running teleprompter, being floor director, being cam op, and I was satisfied with that. And then one day, Olivia Sloniker told me that I should be a producer, and she recommended that I should be her assistant producer for Waking Up with Cardinal Weather. And so I thought about it for a long time, and I eventually decided, you know what, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to try that. And then I was an assistant producer for a semester, and that's when I found out that I really, really enjoyed that. And so I just wanted to say thank you to Olivia for helping me realize that producing was something that I enjoyed. And then I wanted to say thank you to Elvin and Ben and everyone in production for helping me, for like getting me involved with NewsLink and like helping me realize that NewsLink is something that I wanted to do. And now we want to say goodbye to the Cardinal Weather producer, or Cardinal Weather director, Luke.
Luke, congratulations on finally making it to this moment. I remember when I met you for the first time, you were eager to try every role in a newsroom, and you did it all. With that type of attitude, it's going to open so many doors for you. Congratulations on graduating, and we can't wait to see you change the world.
Hey Luke, congratulations on graduating. I just want to jump in here and say that I am so proud of you and you've made it so far. And I just want to say thank you so much for being an awesome director and directing those Friday mornings. Everybody that you've worked with, I know they will all miss you. And so thank you so much for everything that you've done for NLI. And I'm so proud of you.
Luke, I can't believe it's already graduation time. I feel like I just got to know you, but congratulations. You have done so many amazing things for NewsLink and Cardinal Weather, directing those morning shows every Friday. It's been awesome to see you grow. And just being able to be friends with you, talk about life, school, games, really anything, I'm going to miss it all. But I can't wait to go see what you do in your future. You're going to do amazing things, so congratulations.
Hey Luke! Happy graduation, happy last show. I am so incredibly proud of you, and I know you will continue to do amazing things. Thank you so much for just being such a fun energy in the newsroom, and for always just being so ready to do everything, and just you're so kind and wonderful. And I cannot thank you enough for being such a great support for me, and I cannot wait to see what you do next year. So proud of you.
Hey Luke, I wanted to get on here and say of how proud I am of everything you've done and everything you've accomplished throughout your 4 years here at Ball State. I'm so excited to see where you go and what you do, and I know whatever you choose to do, you'll be amazing at, so.
Wow, I did not expect that at all. Thank you so much, everybody. I have a few things to say. I have spent the past 3.5 years being behind the scenes at NewsLink, from being on the digital team to learning how to produce, to then staying in the production area. I realized that I love being behind the desk, behind like the control room and everything, and learning how to direct and all that. That was something that I really found my passion for throughout these past 3.5 years. I have a few people to thank. First, I want to do a huge shout out to Samantha Martin and Zach Jones, who I originally started with back 3.5 years ago. They're both alumni here of NewsLink. I learned so much from them. I learned all the basics of the show and everything, and that was where they helped me get started here. Huge shout out to Abby, Brooke, and Sophie for being the greatest leaders, and they have the best drive I've ever seen out of anybody, and I look up to them so much. Shout out to Elvin and Corinne, who have taught me everything I know about directing. I just learned so much from both of them, and I've taken everything they have taught me, and I've used that to be directing here all year and everything. So everything I've learned from them, just thank you so much. Shout out to Ben as well. Man, I wish you were here years ago. I feel like I love just hanging out and talking and everything, and it's sad that I'm already leaving. I feel like yeah, we just started becoming cool friends and everything. But yeah, shout out Ben. Ethan, I know you're gonna do great in this position. You're already really excelling really well, and I love seeing you direct and everything, and I'm also very proud of you, and I know you're gonna do really great this next year. Yeah, and then also shout out to my parents and my partner Sarah, everyone close to my family. Everyone has just been so supportive over the past 4 years being at college and everything that I've done in support for my career and all that. Yeah, I just thank everybody so much. I'm looking forward to what the future holds.
And now we'd like to say goodbye again to our Cardinal weather forecaster, Ian Kowalski.
Mr. Kowalski, how are we doing first and foremost? It's been so cool to watch you on Cardinal Weather and NewsLink this past year, let alone this past semester, and see your growth. You're going to go out there and do great things. You've got the right mentality and you've got the right mindset for it. Go out there and do big things, my brother.
Hey Ian, Hope here. It's been awesome working with you over the past few years and watching you learn and grow with your time here at NewsLink. Can't wait to see what the future holds for you. I know it's bright.
Ian Kowalski, Cronky. Hey, great job doing NewsLink and finishing up your last show for NewsLink. I watched it. I'm kidding. I have to go to bed early, but I'm absolutely positive you did a great job because you've grown so much over the past couple of years. I remember when you were just a poli-sci major that transferred into meteorology. Blood of my own blood. We both started doing something different at Ball State, but hey, you're doing outstanding. I think your plans after college are still going into kind of the research sphere. So I hope that all works out well for you. If not, broadcast meteorology would be lucky to have you at any station. I hope you have a great rest of your time at Ball State. And woo! Yeah, chirp, chirp, chirp. Chirp, chirp.
Hey Ian, I just want to say thank you very much for all your time and all you've done for NewsLink. You're one of the very first people to make me feel welcome. I've honestly learned so much from you. So thank you very much again, and just congratulations on such a great time with NewsLink.
Hey Ian, I'm so excited that we're both finally graduating. It's been so wonderful to get to know you over the last 4 years in our classes and having our fun time in Cardinal weather during our freshman year. And it's just been a really blessing to get to know you. And I really hope you have an amazing broadcasting career. And I'm just so proud and can't wait to see what you do next.
Hey Ian, congrats on your graduation. It's been great having you in class all these years and getting to know you and everything. We're definitely gonna miss you, but good luck on whatever comes next for you.
Hey Ian, really crushed it these last couple of years, and it's been great getting to know you as well. I mean, as a student and as a WCRD. I hope you take these memories, man, and you take the friends that you made, and you carry them with you on your next adventure, wherever that may take you.
Hi Ian, I can't believe we're finally to this point of the year where we're saying our goodbyes and our thank yous. I can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me and how much confidence you've always seen in myself that I can't see in myself and others. I've never heard you say a bad thing about anybody, and I just can't believe you're about to leave. Waking up with Cardinal weather won't be the same without you, and I just can't thank you enough for everything you've done for me in this organization. Good luck in Colorado and keep doing big things, Ian.
Hey Ian, it is your last show on NewsLink. Congratulations. You have been such a valuable asset to the team. And also as weather producer of Waking Up with Cardinal Weather. It has been a pleasure to get to know you for the past couple of years, and you are on to do great things. So once again, congratulations, Ian.
Thank you for leaving such a positive impact on our weather department here at Ball State. I'm so excited to see where your next adventure takes you, and I wish you the best of luck.
This show has meant like the whole world to me. I already did my evening goodbye on last Monday, not this Monday, the Monday before that. But it's this show that's made such a huge difference to me. And first, I just want to say some thank yous. First, thank you, Sean and Luke, two guys next to me on the desk. I know Cardinal Weather has a reputation for being really hard to run, but you two have made it super smooth, honestly. And I couldn't ask for you two and a better crew in production to help make this run. You make it so easy on the rest of us. And I just want to say that this is the best show on campus. I truly believe that. I think it's where people come to learn and to grow and to like really just show their passion for broadcast and for television. And I know I would not have gotten the opportunities that I have gotten without putting a lot of time and effort in this show. I've loved serving as Cardinal Weather producer this past year. Thanks for Jack Van Meter for giving me a slot after he left. And I know Aaliyah will do a great job when I'm gone too. Continue this long tradition of just phenomenal weather here, 8 a.m. every Friday morning. So just want to thank you to all you guys. And this has been the best show I could possibly ask for. And if you want to see any more of me, you can find me 2 more places in an upcoming year. First, inside your walls. And secondly, I will be at KREX in Grand Junction, Colorado, where you can see see me serve as the weekday evening meteorologist.
So, our last ride, boys.
Yeah, that was great.
It's our last one.
That was great.
I thought a good last show.
Yeah, great last show. We've really carried this show all year.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we've all done a really great job. Yeah, I'm really proud of us. We've done really good. It's been a lot, but it's been early mornings, late nights, kind of. And yeah.
Yeah, you guys made the early mornings worth it, I must say.
Oh, yeah.
Coming into the studio. I know you guys have heard me complain about wanting to go home every morning, but you guys make it worth it.
Definitely.
So.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you guys so much.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, and that's all for Cardinal Weather for this semester. Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you next semester. Have a great rest of your Friday and a fantastic weekend.